Welcome everybody to Ganesh Narvade classes, and today we are going to discuss about AOP and BOI. Hey, what's the meaning? AOP stands for Association of Persons and BOI, yes, you are right, Body of Individuals. Now, we know the full form, but do we know the meaning properly? Yes. So let's understand. Let's take Secunderabad Club, Reuters or some Lions Club. What are these? Here they have individual membership, corporate membership also, right? So we call it as association of persons. So where in an association, where in a group, there are companies, HUF, firms, individuals, all type of persons like we discussed in income tax. We call it as association of persons. Hey, Ganpati Bappa Moria. Yes, absolutely right. So when we create a Ganesh Utsav Samiti, there we all individuals, right? Right? We all youth of a society or a village create a Samiti, Bhayala Lagar Youth Association. Like that we create, right? But we use the word association, but here only individuals are there. So we call it as body of individuals. So this is the small difference between association of persons and body of individuals. In body of individuals, only individuals. In association of persons, yes, individuals also, companies also, HUF also, firm also, all are okay. Right? This difference you should be able to understand so that we can go forward. Okay? Yes. Now, there is a difference in the meaning, but not in the treatment. From income tax perspective, both are treated as one for taxation purpose. But how the assessment is done, right? How the tax is calculated? Is it like partnership firm? What are the rates applicable? So many questions we are going to discuss in this video. So stay connected and concentrate. You are going to understand everything about AOP assessment, BOI assessment, and for your convenience, I have attached all the notes in the description. So do check out and download. Let's continue. Now, first important thing for all of you. Like we calculate total income of any assessee, like individual or HUF or company, leave company, but like individual HUF, same way we have to compute the total income of AOP. First thing clear, okay? So like we calculate total income of any assessee, same way we will compute total income of AOP also. But, always this but is the problem, right? There is some section called as 40BA. क्या section है? जल्दी बोलो रे भाई मेरे साथ. 40BA says interest is disallowed. Now which interest? Who pays to whom? I will tell, don't worry. AOP pays interest to the members. Maybe on the capital invested by members, or maybe members gave loan. So on that interest. But if AOP is paying interest to members, it is disallowed. Okay? Yes, sir. So we'll reach to third slide. Now, what they said. Okay, interest is disallowed. So in our simple language, I will tell you for you to understand. You check out the P&L account. It's given in the question. They write on the debit side to interest to members, to interest on loan given by members, add back, disallowed. Okay, disallowed means we have to add back to profit when we solve the problem. Clear? Yes, sir. But sometimes when we see the P&L account, we will see that debit side there is to interest and credit side there is by interest on drawings. Now what to do? There are two interests. So what they say, excess of debit interest over credit is added back. Did they talk about any other thing? No. Simply remember excess of debit interest over credit interest is added back. Very simple language. Nothing can be more simple than this. Write down. It's not even given in my notes. I gave it in the technical language a little for you to understand. So write down excess of debit interest over credit interest should be added back. So let's take example. To interest on capital 5,000 they give. Yes sir. By interest on drawings 2,000 they give. How much you will add back? Sir, debit is 5,000, credit is 2,000. Yes, how much should be added back? Sir, how much extra debit? Sir, 5,000 is more than 2,000. Array, yes, Baba, yes, 5,000 is more. 5,000 is debited, it's more, okay. But how much it is extra? Sir, 3,000. Very good, absolutely right. So that 3,000 should be added back. Clear? Yes, sir. But sir, if debit is 5,000, credit is 9,000, what should we do? Ignore. Okay. Suppose to interest on capital 5,000, by interest on drawings 9,000, what to do? Ignore, because credit is more. Ignore. Credit is more, ignore. Debit is more, add excess. Okay. So excess of debit over credit should be added back. That we should be able to understand. Clear? Absolutely. I feel you are clear. Sometimes what happens? The member receives interest. Okay. It would be added back. No problem with it. But if suppose member receives in a representative capacity, suppose loan is given by HUF and the HUF member is receiving interest from the AOP and depositing with HUF. So he is not the receiver, right? He is just an acting agent. So in this case, no disallowance. What I said? No disallowance. Okay? No need to add back. Clear? Yes, sir. So what I said, if member is receiving interest, yes. In representative capacity, yes. Ignore, don't add back. Clear? This much if you understand, that's more than enough. Now, let's go forward. Suppose AOP is there, right? AOP, there is no registration, nothing as such is there in AOP, right? They are doing something together, that's all. There is no legal status. So what the government says, we don't consider it. So what government says, we will add back everything. So if it is salary to members, remuneration to members, interest already discussed, commission, bonus. What to do? If it is given salary, interest, bonus, commission, remuneration to members, add back. Disallowed word means add back. Okay. When we use the word disallowed, we will add back. That's all you should be thorough with. Rest of all provisions are same. Baki sub provisions same as it is. But this is what the change is. Which section? Disallowance is given. Okay re baba. Which section? 40BA. Okay. Very good. Now, what rate the tax should be? You can see the blue color chart in with white words, correct? Yes, sir. Now, they divided the tax of AOP. They want to calculate it properly by two charts. First, is the share of members known? क्या क्वेश्चन है? क्या members का शेयर मालूम है? और is it not known? साथ में कर रहे बट किसका कितना कुछ नहीं मालूम. Who is earning how much? Whose share how much? Don't know. Is it known or unknown? Sir, tell both. I will tell. Listen carefully. If it is member share is known and the question is, what is members income other than from AOP? I asked members income other than AOP. If members income other than AOP is less than basic exemption limit, then AOP is taxed at slab rate. हे अप टू 2,50,000 नील, 2,50,000 to 5,00,000 5%. याद आया थोड़ा सा? At that rate it is taxed. Now please try to remember, we are talking about tax rates of AOP BOI when member's share is known and member's income other than from AOP is less than, all members' income individually is less than basic exemption limit. Very good. Is less than basic exemption limit. We did not include AOP's income till now. We are just calculating what are their other incomes. If their other incomes are less than, each member of AOP's other income is less than basic exemption limit, then the AOP's tax rate will be slab rate basis. Now please be very careful. Here to decide AOP's tax rate, we are checking members' other income. Very important criteria. Many a times we are confused, right? Chhagan Lal AOP. So Chhagan Lal's AOP's income, what rate it should be taxed? To check that, in that Chhagan Lal's AOP, Divya is there, Shirisha is there, Chhagan Lal is there, Magan Lal is there, Jetha Lal is there, Kokila Ben is there. So check every person's individual's income. Is it less than 2,50,000, less than 2,50,000, less than 2,50,000 for all individually? Then AOP's tax rate should be slab rate basis. Suppose member's share is known. Now I am coming to second part of share is known. Okay. If member's share is known, but some of the members' income is more than 2,50,000 or more than basic exemption limit, then AOP is taxed at MMR. MMR means टैक्स में MMR नहीं मालूम तो पाप लगेगा तुम लोगों को, राइट? तो व्हाट दे सेड बेसिकली, MMR मीन्स मैक्सिमम, हाँ बढ़िया, बहुत अच्छा, सब होशियार है, मार्जिनल रेट. वेरी गुड. मैक्सिमम मार्जिनल रेट, MMR मीन्स मैक्सिमम मार्जिनल रेट. वेरी गुड. MMR मीन्स, अरे थोड़े लोग बुद्धू भी होते हैं जिनको नहीं मालूम होता है, या सीख रहे हैं, अभी सीख लेंगे. कुछ नहीं आता, you don't know is not your fault. But if you are not committed to learning, you are not learning, you are not growing every day, is a sin in itself. You are doing crime. You are making yourself underprivileged if you are not learning. Yes. Who learns, they grow. Don't learn, they don't grow. Finish. Simple rule. Now, I am talking about taxation of AOP, tax rates of AOP. Member's share is known and some of the members' income is more than basic exemption limit. Then what will happen? Then, sir, maximum marginal rate will be applicable for taxing AOP. Suppose share is not known. क्या सोचना इधर, right? Members' income is less than 2,50,000 or more than 2,50,000, कोई फर्क नहीं. MMR, maximum marginal rate. Now when you see the textbooks, actually they will tell you that if there is a member whose tax rate is more than the maximum marginal rate, then for that share AOP will be taxed at that higher rate, and for balance income at MMR. सब फालतू की बातें हैं, छोड़ दो, टेंशन ही मत लो. Why? Because in the olden times MMR was less, so that's why foreign companies tax rate was more. Suppose example 40% is foreign companies tax rate plus 4%, so 41.6, that was higher. So that's why any foreign company is a member, then whatever income from AOP reaches to foreign company, that was taxed at 41.4. 41.6 and others taxed at MMR. But अब कोई टेंशन नहीं, MMR is much more than foreign companies rate. तो इसीलिए सब छोड़ दो, सीधा याद रखने का क्या, if AOP's tax rate we are going to check, Is share known? Is all members income other than from AOP is less than 2,50,000, less than 2,50,000, less than 2,50,000? Then simply slab rate for AOP. In all other cases, MMR for AOP. That's all. ज़्यादा tension नहीं लेना है. That's why I revised the chart properly, latest, updated, and more easy for a student to understand also. Okay. But there are some special incomes, right? Long-term capital gains from 112A, stock market वाला, stock exchange में buying, selling, where STT is paid. याद आया? 10%. Long-term capital gain other than STT 112 section. कितना? 20%. Short term capital gain under 111A कितना? 15%, sir. Right? Casual incomes like winning from lottery, crossword puzzles कितना? Sir, 30%. ये तो मालूम है sir. अब till now we discussed MMR, but what is MMR? That is the highest rate of tax which can be levied. Okay, ये तो simple है. But what is that highest rate, sir? अब बोल दूं? हाँ बोल दो. 30% is the tax rate, correct? प्लस कितना? 37% सरचार्ज. अरे भाई 5 करोड़ से ज्यादा जिसका इनकम है उसको 37% है ना? नहीं मालूम तो बेसिक्स का लेक्चर देख लो. ठीक है. 30% इज द टैक्स रेट प्लस उसके ऊपर 37% सरचार्ज. नाउ वंस यू कैलकुलेट दैट, एड 4% अगेन हेल्थ एंड एजुकेशन सेस. अब कितना होगा बोलो जल्दी से कैलकुलेट करके. अरे कैलकुलेटर में एक्सपर्ट हो ना, कर दो ये काम. हाँ, 42.744%. कितना जी बोलो जल्दी से? 42.744. दिस इज मैक्सिमम मार्जिनल रेट फॉर ऑल ऑफ यू. ओके, बट्टी मार लो, बेटर है, याद रख लो. रोट लर्निंग. चलो, वेरी गुड. नाउ वी विल अंडरस्टैंड द टैक्स to be calculated for AOP. What is the steps? Same way with members also. Now, first let's discuss about computation of members share where share is known. Right? In the last slides we discussed it, right? Share is known. What will happen? Basic exemption limit से सब members का कम है. याद आया? Yes. Then slab rate will apply. Right. So what will happen? Let's see. It's given under section 67A. So income of AOP BOI shall be shared by the members. Obviously members will share because keeping in the AOP is not serving the purpose, right? So it should be shared by members commonly. Right. Then to the extent of interest, whatever interest they get, salary they get, right, commission, bonus they get, right, what will happen? Actual interest, actual salary of such members. Now here actual interest is wrong, please understand. Okay, I will tell you the correct thing. So what they said basically here is, suppose member gets salary, commission, bonus, remuneration, everything as it is we added back, right? So whatever we added back, that will be members' income. Clear? Yes, sir. But when it comes to interest, whatever we added back, that only will become income, not the actual. Okay? In salary, commission, bonus, remuneration, actual will be added. So actual will become the income. But in interest, actual will not be added, excess will be added, excess of debit over credit will be added. So that whatever is disallowed will become the income of member. Please be very clear about this. Okay, sir. Now comes to the balance income. Now what is balance income? Here students get confused. So I want to give full clarity about what is the balance income for you. So whatever AOP's income is there, right? Yes, sir. From AOP's income, I will tell you what to do. First, be careful, listen, concentrate. So from AOP's income, what you need to do? Whatever salaries we added, we considered till now, right? Salary, interest, remuneration, commission, bonus, that you deduct from AOP's income. Now whatever is balance income, now this is balance income, okay? That balance income, because the share is known, should be divided accordingly, okay? Many students get confused with balance income means what? They try to search here, there, everywhere. You will not get if you search. If you compute, you will get. How to compute? Take AOP's total income. Absolutely. From that, you have to deduct all this, and then whatever is balance, divide between members as per the ratio. Okay? This is how it should be done. Now comes some important points to be considered. Okay? Problem solving also I teach you how actually steps are to be followed. I will discuss with you. Don't worry. Let's discuss notes. Any interest paid by a member on capital borrowed by him for the purposes of investment in the association or body shall, while computing his share chargeable under the head profits and gains of business and profession, in respect of his share in the income of the association or body, by deducting from his share. So what happens here is, when we compute the member's income, right? Yes, sir. While computing his member's income, please deduct whatever he paid the interest. Now he did not pay to AOP. He paid to some outsider. Yes. Now he took loan from outsider, invested in AOP. Now he is getting some interest from AOP and he is paying some interest outside. So whatever he is paying, deduct it from business income. That's what they said. Simple? Yes, sir. Now because in AOP they are doing business, that's why they deduct it from business income. Share of a member in the income or loss of the association or body shall be apportioned under the various heads of income in the same manner in which the income or loss of the association or body has been determined under the each head of income. Now this is only important from theoretical writing perspective. In your exam, in your problems, not going to be used. So what they are saying, whatever you got from AOP, right? You have to put it under different heads based on the nature of income. They are telling theoretically great, practically irrelevant, ignore. Come to next. So C point we are discussing, where any deduction is there. Now who got the deduction? AOP already taken the deduction. Maybe for 80C to 80U, any deduction AOP got it already. Now when AOP already got it, what do you feel? Again the same can a member claim as deduction? Again can the member get the proportionate deduction? Absolutely no. When deduction is given for AOP, no deduction for the same amount, same payment, same investment will be given to the member. Okay? Yes. एक को मिल गया ना, दूसरे को नहीं मिलेगा. ठीक है? एक के लिए ही है. Now I am coming to second important thing, computation of member share, where share is unknown. Now actually computing is a worst thing or unnecessary thing. That's why they simply said, because when AOP is, okay, I will tell you, when the member share is unknown, you remember AOP is taxed at MMR. याद आया थोड़ा सा? Yes sir, member share is unknown, then AOP is taxed at MMR. Now when AOP is paying the highest amount of tax possible, do you feel that whatever member is getting from AOP should be taxed again? Injustice, right? Yes. And government will not do injustice with you. Don't worry. So they said whatever share which the member is getting from AOP will not be taxed. That means salary, remuneration, commission, bonus, interest, anything which the member gets from AOP, already tax is paid by the AOP, member need not pay tax on it. So what does this directly mean? Whatever member gets income from other areas, that means other than from AOP, that will be calculated for member. On that member has to pay tax. Whatever he is getting from AOP is fully exempt to the member because AOP already paid tax. It's not a favor, it's a rational law. That's all. Let's go to next. What they said: computation of total income and tax liability of members. Now here what they said, there are three parts they created: computation of total income and tax liability of members. So simple, we discussed what are the things to be considered for members. But sometimes what happens, AOP's income is itself less than 2,50,000. So will AOP be taxed? It will not be taxed. So members' income will be taxed by including share from AOP, right? By including share from AOP, by including share from AOP. But 86 relief rebate is not given. Okay? Yes, sir. Under 86, rebate will not be given. Now, what is it? Don't worry, we'll discuss. Next. When income of AOP is taxable at individual rates, no problem, happy. So, what to do? AOP is taxed, then obviously member will also be taxed. So share from AOP is included, right? Because when income of AOP is taxable at individual rates, when it is taxed at individual rates, याद आया थोड़ा सा? हाँ sir, when share is known, absolutely right. And second one, sir, when member's income is less than basic exemption limit. If these two conditions are satisfied, then only this happens. Okay, then only what will happen? The above thing and this thing. That means 86 rebate wale 2 points apply hote. Right? So share of member from AOP will be added to member's income and 86 rebate will also be given. Right? Here AOP is also paying tax, right? Again member should be paid tax on the same thing. Double taxation, is it right? But here it is doubly taxed. So they said, don't worry, we will give relief. Oh, sorry, we will give rebate. Earlier AOP did not pay the tax. So single taxation only. So 86 rebate not given. Second, here AOP is also taxed on same income. Member is also taxed on same income. So rebate under 86 is given. Perfect? Yes, sir. Third part I am discussing. When income of AOP is taxable at maximum marginal rate. So when AOP is already paying highest amount of tax, should share from AOP be included in member's income? We discussed it, right? Bolo to, sir, no, it should not be included. So share from AOP is not included in his total income. Aap bolo, ho jayega. Right? Shall we go to next slide? Now what they said? They said that ठीक है सर 86 का रिबेट बोल दो सर जल्दी से. हाँ, so how to do? First calculate total income of members including share from AOP. Okay, this is only purely from members perspective. Okay, yes sir. So members other incomes. Okay, can I put it like this? Members income from AOP plus members income other than from AOP. We have to calculate in step 1. Total it. Then calculate tax on the total income of member, including health and education cess. Okay, if surcharge comes, surcharge also. Tax, surcharge, health and education cess, sub. After that, last one, rebate. Now here, your textbooks may have some other formulas. My formula is simpler and short. So try to follow this only. You need not write the formula in the exams. If you numerically calculate, that's more than enough. So क्या करेंगे? Tax including cess of the member. This should be in the numerator. Okay. So here only members tax which we calculated in step 2. Easy? Yes sir. Total income of member including share from AOP. यानी step 1. Easy? Yes sir. Into share of member from AOP. This you should be careful because you already calculated share from AOP separately. That you have to write. Then whatever comes you deduct from step 2. जो आया ना, that is a rebate in taxation. Right? You have to deduct from step 2 tax. And then comes the net tax liability payable. Happy and clear I feel. I hope everybody understood. Okay, जल्दी से याद करो क्या करना है. मेंबर्स मेंबर्स का क्या सर? फर्स्ट मेंबर्स इनकम फ्रॉम एओपी प्लस members income from other than AOP. Step 1 over. Step 2 calculate tax on total income as computed in step 1 including health and education cess also will calculate sir. Okay, done. Step 3 क्या है? Step 1 divided by step 2 into members income from AOP. बहुत easy. Yes sir, we understood. चलो let's I hope you understood everything, but a quick revision we'll do by comparing AOP taxation and individual taxation. Stepwise, when you get a problem, how to solve, we'll discuss. So, what will we do when you get a numerical problem? See the numerical problem, that is P&L account. Okay, adjustments, everything you will see. ये तो बताने की जरूरत नहीं है. But first thing which you have to identify that did they give any share? Like example, they will tell that Sono, Mono, Nono are the members of AOP and their share is 1:1:1, or maybe they will give 1:2:3 or 3:2:1, something like that. If they give, or sometimes they will tell are equal members having equal share. Did they give like this? So fix it that member share is known. Now when member share is known, what will you do? Calculate AOP's total income. अरे याद है ना AOP's total income 40 BA. Normal PGBP problem or total income problem will do, but we'll add back some 5 items which we discussed: salary, remuneration, bonus, commission, interest as per the previous discussion. And we'll get total income of AOP. Correct? Yes sir. Now once we calculate the total income by following all the things which we discussed, now which tax to apply? Do we know? Nahi malum sir. Now first calculate. Now step 2 is what? Calculate members income other than from AOP. Now what is the step 2 to do? Members income other than from AOP. Okay. Once you calculate that, if it is less than 2,50,000 for each member separately, then AOP is taxed at slab rate. If not, any member's income is more than 2,50,000, then AOP is taxed at maximum marginal rate. So now both are connected to each other. You understood? Members other income decides AOP's tax rate. Correct? Yes sir. Now AOP's job done. Come to member. Now member already last slide I said 3 steps. Correct? Same thing only we should follow. So ज्यादा टेंशन नहीं लेंगे अपन. ठीक है? Step 1 क्या था? वही सर, income of member from AOP plus income of member other than from AOP. Very good. Step 2 क्या करेंगे? सर टैक्स कैलकुलेट करेंगे विथ सेस. वेरी गुड. स्टेप 3 क्या करेंगे? Step 3 will calculate this sir. क्या? Step 1 divided by step 2 into share. Correct. Now this, when we will do all these 3 steps? Sir, if the share is known, very good, and each member's income other than from AOP is less than 2,50,000. Perfect. In all other cases, will we do this step 1, step 2, step 3 for members? No. Because where AOP is taxed at MMR 86 is not available. So, and moreover, AOP's share is not included in members' income, right? So, क्या करेंगे? Members' other incomes we will check and calculate tax accordingly. ठीक है? Yes, sir. So, what I said till now, last lines I am sharing will end up this video. What I said, sir, if member share is known and each member's income is less than 2,50,000, then follow step 1, step 2, step 3. Otherwise, members taxation is simple. Take other income of the members except that from AOP and calculate tax accordingly like we normally do. That's all. With this, you will be able to solve all the problems in AOP without any doubt. Download the notes, and moreover, any doubts still, you can always text me, send a voice message to my WhatsApp number. I would be happy to help you. Okay, and do connect with us by subscribing to the channel, press the notification bell, like the video, comment below what all you are looking out for, and we'll meet in the next video. Till then, take care, stay safe, stay healthy, stay home. Third wave risks are there, so be careful.